Yesterday, so I missed a lot of the happenings from the last 24 hours. But today, I happened to see a wacky headline. Nicki Minaj praises JD Vance as assassin as Erica Kirk sits next to her.
Yeah. So I don't know if anybody knows this. Maybe don't refer to somebody or refer to somebody as an assassin when you're next to the wife, the widow of somebody who was assassinated. I don't know if you never know, probably not to do that. But Nicki Minaj didn't. And Erica Kirk really didn't help her recover from it. And it was just awkward silence afterwards. Like it was so awkward after she said it. There is no recovery. There is no way to bounce off to make it kind of a funny mistake that people can get over. It was just awkward silence. And then eventually they moved on. But yeah, nobody decided to tell her maybe not refer to assassin next to the widow whose husband was assassinated. This was his event, and it's kind of funny because I've seen videos of Charlie Kirk not really. He didn't like Nicki Minaj. He did not like Nicki Minaj, what she stands for. He didn't like her music. Said she was a bad influence on the younger generation. And now here she is at his TPUSA event that his wife invited her to. His widow invited her to. So I don't know. I don't know what to do about that. I can't really do anything about that. It's just insane. And it's also just like not being able to read the room. Like, you're going to refer to somebody as an assassin next to the widow of somebody whose husband was assassinated. Like, what are you doing? What are you actually doing? Like, what is going on here?
You can't help but laugh when you find old footage of Charlie Kirk blasting that Nicki Minaj is not a good role model for young black women. It's the proof is in the pudding.
Right now, black culture is being held captive by influences, songs,
Which
and role models.
influences?
I mean, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B.
Okay, Nicki Minaj is causing dads to leave the home.
Hold on a second. I don't think that's a good role model for 18-year-old black girls. I don't. I don't think that songs that are talking about, like, glorifying wet female genitalia is exactly. I don't know which one wrote that song. Which one was it?
I think it was Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But
All right, we're back, guys. Got a new mic arm now. Look at this shit. Look at this. Look at me get a little bit more professional. I saw a comment in the last video about my audio being too low. So hopefully I've gotten that fixed, added the filters I need to filter in order to sound a little bit better. So a little bit better, getting better every day with the content. That's what we do here. Getting better, learning something new, and putting better, more knowledgeable effort into the content to make it better. So that's what we're doing here. Today we got another video from Penguin Zero, got another video from Charlie. This one is about Nicki Minaj, and I already know what it's about. It's about her and her TPUSA appearance, which all of a sudden she just has been talking about the prosecution of Christians. I don't know where that came from. I can kind of tell she's kind of just winging this. Like, I don't know what brought this on. I don't know what exactly brought her to this sort of conclusion. I have no idea how she got to this point. But she's at this point now. So you know what? I'm gonna be here for it. I'm gonna talk about it, make some content about it. You know what? It is what it is. I'm at a point with Nicki Minaj where I genuinely think she's mentally ill in some type of way. I'm not even joking. I'm not saying she is, but it's like it's hard not to. When you close your eyes and listen to what she says sometimes, some of the rants she goes on, you can't tell me it doesn't sound like somebody who's just not there. Either she doesn't know what's going on, she's just rambling with no point or end in sight for what she has to say, or she's just saying just gibberish stuff, just gibberish crap that I think she believes she's like speaking in some sort of language and like actually trying to say something, but she's really not, but she thinks she is. It's just a lot. So now the rest of the internet is caught up now that she's on TPUSA. I've seen people react about Nicki Minaj that I didn't respect. I didn't expect Charlie to. I saw Papa Gun on his stream. I didn't think he was going to reference this. There's a moment I had during that stream where she was talking, and he just goes like, "What the fuck is she talking about?" I'm like, "There's so many times I've just been this way when I've heard Nicki Minaj talk. I'm like, what is she talking about? What is she actually talking about? Because I don't even think she knows what she's talking about." Oh, enough of my mini rant. Let's get to Charlie. Remember, link in the description. Go support this, like and subscribe, hype it up. Then come back to my video, my reaction, like and subscribe to this channel, and then hype this video up too. Hype it up, get more people, get more attention, we get more popular. I can keep doing this. I'm gonna keep doing it anyway. But I eventually want to do it full time, because why not? Who doesn't want to do this full time? So here we go. Nicki Minaj situation from Penguin Zero.
Yesterday, so I missed a lot of the happenings from the last 24 hours, but today I happened to see a wacky headline. Nicki Minaj praises JD Vance as assassin as Erica Kirk sits next to her.
Yeah, so I don't know if anybody knows this. Maybe don't refer to somebody or refer to somebody as an assassin when you're next to the wife, the widow of somebody who was assassinated. I don't know if you never know, probably not to do that, but Nicki Minaj didn't. And Erica Kirk really didn't help her recover from it. And it was just awkward silence afterwards. Like, it was so awkward after she said it. There is no recovery. There is no way to bounce off to make it kind of a funny mistake that people can get over. It was just awkward silence. And then eventually they moved on. But yeah, nobody decided to tell her maybe not refer to assassin next to the widow whose husband was assassinated. This was his event, and which is kind of funny because I've seen videos of Charlie Kirk not really. He didn't like Nicki Minaj. He did not like Nicki Minaj, what she stands for. He didn't like her music. Said she was a bad influence on the younger generation. And now here she is at his TPUSA event that his wife invited her to. His widow invited her to. So I don't know. I don't know what to do about that. I can't really do anything about that. It's just insane. And it's also just like not being able to read the room. Like, you're going to refer to somebody as an assassin next to the widow of somebody whose husband was assassinated. Like, what are you doing? What are you actually doing? Like, what is going on here? I think I don't know. I still don't know why she's doing this. Like, ever since she started doing this thing, like she just started going out just talking about Christians being persecuted. I don't know where this came from. Like, it came so out of left field. Like, and every time she goes on appearance, every stop she does, and it seems like she's doing like a tour of just expressing how she feels Christians are being persecuted. She's just going on this tour now. I don't know what sparked this tour. Like, legitimately, I don't know what sparked this tour. I don't know where this came from, but it's here and it's not going away. I'm still trying to figure out why exactly we're doing. I'm so serious. Like, I don't know why we're doing this.
This was apparently at something called AMFest, where Nicki Minaj went up on stage to celebrate Trump and a bunch of stuff or whatever, and then
Which that's out of left field too. I didn't know where the support of Trump came from. I don't know where that came. Like I said, I don't know where any of this came from. Like, all this is just came out of nowhere. Just, I don't know. Like, one of the most random things that I would have expected was this. And it's just, like I said, it's so random. Like, I don't really know what to do with it.
I guess while she was busy glazing and gobbling on like the administration's wiener, she tried to pay JD Vance a compliment by calling him an assassin, which obviously raises some eyebrows as Erica Kirk sits right next to her, whose husband was literally assassinated. Ordinarily, I'd put the clip here so you could hear it for yourself, but I don't want to take a chance of DMCA, especially with how rampant that kind of shit's been going on. You can watch it yourself if you want, though, but she immediately recognizes the blunder. She kind of scholars mated herself there by using that word. To me, it probably sounds like an Austin Powers type moment where, don't say mole, don't say mole, don't say mole, mole. where she was trying so hard not to use the word assassin, but then for some reason her fucking neurons couldn't fire properly, and all she could think of for a compliment for JD Vance was that he's an assassin. And Erica Kirk tries to, like, dispel the awkwardness and, like, reassure her, like, it's okay and try and make light of it and move on from it.
And it didn't work. It failed miserably. Like, it failed miserably. It didn't make it any better. It was so awkward afterwards. It was so awkward. It didn't recover at all. Like, when I tell you it just didn't, it never recovered after that. It was already weird and ridiculous the entire event, the whole 33, I think it was 33 or 34 minutes she was up on stage. All of it is ridiculous, incoherent, vague, and none of it referred to any sort of real evidence that you could point to help support any of the things she was saying. It was just gibberish for 33 to 34 minutes. That's what it was. It was just gibberish. Nothing of substance at all. And I'm being so serious. Like, you're going to watch 30 to 30, you're going to watch that whole thing and be like, I wasted over half an hour of my time. Now, I was watching Papa Gut watch it, and he's made it entertaining, so I didn't feel like I wasted my time completely. But if I just watched that, or I bought a ticket to that, you literally wasted over a half an hour just listening to her just be vague about just, I don't know what. She said, boys, be boys. She didn't elaborate on it. She didn't say anything else. She just said, boys, be boys. And I literally sat there and just like, what am I supposed to do with that? What is anybody supposed to do with that? You're just saying just buzzwords. She was after a while I mentally just gave up and just like, bro, I just got to finish the video. I just got to finish. I just got to power through it. I'm mentally just exhausted at like minute 20, and I'm like, it's 13 more minutes I can get through it. Ooh, it was a tough get through, let me tell you.
But what a weird compliment to try and pay somebody. Like, who says that? Oh, this guy's, like, so epic. He's so awesome. Like, he's an assassin. Like, that's like something a middle schooler would say on fucking Xbox Live or something. What are you talking about? Who says that shit? Now, that's not the only thing I wanted to yap about here. Obviously, that's just a weird, wacky little thing. But Nicki Minaj's presence at an event like this is so head scratching to me because she herself is not a US citizen. I don't know how many people know this or how many people.
Oh yeah, I found it was also insane. I found out that she was not an American citizen, and I'm just like, what? You know, I sat back and thought, I'm like, for the party who's really, really against like non-citizens, like in certain platforms or certain opportunities, they were ready to welcome this non-citizen in with open arms for the clout. I'm gonna be so serious. Also, it kind of really demeans a lot of the things that they have pushed and said, and a lot of the talking points they've said about a lot of non-American. It's crazy. It's crazy. They don't mean anything they say. They stand by nothing they actually talk about. And it's fucking hilarious. When I found that out, I couldn't stop laughing for 2 minutes straight. Because just the irony of her being on that stage and everything that Charlie Kirk stood for, and now that she was on a TPUSA AM state that swear he's doing somersaults in his grave with Nicki Minaj on that fucking stage. I'm not lying. And anybody who knows like the actual Charlie Kirk and not the one that they think they know, like he would not have you see I've seen the video. I've seen the clip of him saying he doesn't like Nicki Minaj. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find that. Hold on. Let me see if I can find this. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find this. I think this is here. Let me see if I can find this. Oh yeah, it's a 10-minute video saying what Charlie Kirk. Wait, hold up. This is a reaction video. Here's what Charlie Kirk thought of Nicki Minaj as a role model. Hold on. There's got to be like a. I think this might be the shorter version of this. It looks like a short. Uh, Let me see. I don't want to click on this yet. I'm trying to see if the short is going to show Charlie Kirk. Here we go.
You can't.
Hold on.
I come over to my son. I
No. Okay, here we go. No, that's not
You
it.
can't help but laugh when you find old footage of Charlie Kirk blasting that Nicki Minaj is not a good role model for young black women. It's the proof is in the pudding.
Right now, black culture is being held captive by influences, songs,
Which
and role models.
influences?
I mean, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B.
Okay, Nicki Minaj is causing dads to leave the home.
Hold on a second. I don't think that's a good role model for 18-year-old black girls. I don't. I don't think that songs that are talking about, like, glorifying wet female genitalia is exactly. I don't know which one wrote that song. Which one was it?
I think it was Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but by the way.
Yeah, nah. The one of the big. Ben, you like not you unknowingly admitting that you don't know that. Well, he referred to a woman who gets wet as having a medical condition, saying that's not normal. Which it might not be normal for Ben because he doesn't really seem like he's got like the. It doesn't seem like he's got sort of like the verbal ability to get it. It doesn't seem like he has any sort of ability to get a woman wet. So of course he would say, "Oh, that's a medical condition," and everybody laughs. Yeah, it was Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion who did WAP. I don't think Charlie Kirk really cares. He just likes going to Cardi B and Nicki Minaj's examples. But it's nice to see that Erica Kirk does. There was a point where Erica Kirk said she had not seen a lot of Charlie's content. She probably should have, because she probably would have seen that he probably wouldn't have approved of Nicki Minaj being on that stage, because that. Let me play the rest because it's not done.
Right. The role models of the 1940s and 50s for Black America were completely different.
So it is a representation issue.
Hold on a second. No, not representation. It's who do you get your art from? It's what values are they putting forward?
Well, conservatives really don't give a fuck about art, so I don't really know where he's like virtue signaling about art, but they really don't give a fuck about art, so I really don't know why he's bringing this up as a point.
It's the question of every day. For example, more times than not, black politicians will lament the condition of America. It's systemically
I don't think that's true at all.
racist. It's terrible. What does that do?
It's funny he only mentions whoa. Am I good? It's funny he only mentions systematic racism when it's like used against black politicians. I don't know. I just find that interesting. Like that's the only time you will ever actually refer to that ever is when it's come to the detriment of a black politician. I just find that very interesting.
To a 14-year-old black kid, if you just find that you hear that everything is rigged against you, instead they should be saying, "Hey, there might be some barriers, but if you believe in yourself enough, you can achieve in this country."
I'm not even gonna touch that. I'm not even gonna touch that. I already know what it is, and I'm not even gonna touch that. Okay, I'm not touching that.
It creates a form of social conditioning of low expectations.
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
Gonna laugh at you. They're all gonna laugh at you.
I don't know what that last part was, but yeah. So that's happening, and that's what Charlie Kirk thought of Nicki Minaj, and now Nicki Minaj is on a TP USA stage, just just blabbering about nothing. So yeah, so that's probably yeah. So I probably wouldn't think Charlie Kirk would have approved of her being there, but it's not his anymore. It's Erica Kirk's now.
People just forgot. She herself
Yeah, I think either they forgot or they don't remember. I think they forgot or they just never seen this before.
talks about not being a US citizen and that she is literally an illegal immigrant. In 2018, she even made a whole statement about it with what was happening to immigration back then. and how her heart was breaking for it, telling the story of how she came to this country at 5 years old, an illegal immigrant. She was discussing how she can't even imagine being separated from her parents at 5 years old and everything.
Okay, so if you felt this way, what was the switch that happened to now you're like riding Trump's meat? Like, what was the switch up? I'm being so serious. Like, where was the switch up? Like, I wonder what was the turning point for you? No pun intended. What was the turning point for you to go from this to where you are now? Like, where is that? Where is that coming from? I still don't know where it's coming from. It just feels so out of nowhere, just so random.
Everything that was happening then. And since she still has not become an American citizen, in 2024, only a year ago, she once again opened up reiterating, confirming she is still not an American citizen, despite paying so many millions in taxes and all.
And yet you can't. Okay, so you pay millions of taxes. You've had all. You're a multi-millionaire, so I think at that point you really have no excuse. Some people don't have the time. Some people just forget their court dates. Some people just don't have the money for it. You have every resource to do this, so you really have no reason not to be an American citizen. I think you just don't care, in which I, I get. I don't know. It's not really my hill to die on. It's just really interesting that you haven't taken care of that yet. And you have every bit of resource and advantage to get that done, and you're just not. And the fact that TPUSA was just so comfortable having not a non citizen on the stage, knowing how they feel about non citizens. I don't know. I don't know. I know these motherfuckers don't care. I know they don't care. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck, really.
All that. So her going on stage yesterday and being like, the president is dashing and handsome, it gives me like the same feeling as someone who's trying so hard to avoid getting in trouble by trying to like butter up the person that can really fuck them. Like, oh, you're just so smart and striking. Devilishly talented, by the way. Did I tell you that? Honestly, I'd go as far as to call you like a god, even an assassin. Like, it feels like she's so over the top. Maybe she's worried about getting deported herself or something. So now she's trying to, like, suckle the titty here of this administration and, like, hide in its ranks as, you know, a public figure. So now she's just stuck looking like a fucking imbecile. Yeah, this administration is perfect. Like, Frosted Flakes, they're great. Yeah, who just said Epstein files? Someone shoot that guy. Yeah,
God.
us U.S.
Shit.
citizens, all of us, my fellow U.S. citizens, we got
Except Nicki. Nicki is not included in that.
let's stick together. We love U.S. citizens like me, am I right? That kind of thing, like she's cutting fucking WWE promos. But I think there also might be another explanation here. Again, just another game theory. Maybe she's not looking to protect herself. Maybe she's fishing for a pardon for her sex offender husband. Since Trump likes to hand out pardons like they're fucking Girl Scout cookies,
Especially does it not even just that, hand it out to sex offenders. Like oh God. Oh God. If this is what she's doing it for, she might actually get it. I'm not joking. He might give the pardon. I don't know why not. And I don't think anybody could give me a reason why they would think that he wouldn't do it. I have absolutely no reason to believe he wouldn't if she kissed his ass enough. Because all you got to do is flatter him, and you get what you want from him. You flatter Trump, you get favors. That's just how that goes. You know it. You've seen it. Bro, Qatar gave him a jet. Come on now. He says some nice things about Trump. She butters up Trump. I don't know. Can he pardon that for him? I don't even know if he can, but if he can, enough buttering up, he just might. Because for some reason, from Conor McGregor to the Tate brothers to Mr. Epstein, all on down, it just seems like he's just so comfortable around sex offenders. Like that's weird. Like I don't even know that's weird. That's just straight up just not. That's abnormal. That's what that is. That is some abnormal shit. So you know what? A guy who's accustomed to abnormal shit and being around people that probably shouldn't be walking amongst the public because they are a significant threat and danger to the public. Why would I not be surprised that a little bit of butting up would lead him to pardoning somebody and getting that off their record? Because I'm pretty sure if you get pardoned for that, you can get off the record. I don't even know how that works. I don't even know how that works. I don't even know if you can do that. If she can, she could get it. She could probably get it. With enough buttering up, enough ass kicking, she could probably get it. And I don't see a real reason why she wouldn't get it.
I think there also might be this play from Nicki Minaj here to try and get one of those for her husband, Kenneth Petty, who is literally a registered sex offender. Maybe she's trying to make it so he no longer has to keep re-upping that and getting in trouble when he refuses to do so, like recently.
Yeah, no, let's not do that, please. Like, let's not.
When he had to go under house arrest for failure to register as a sex offender. So perhaps maybe she's trying to get in their good graces so she can then float the idea to Trump about like pardoning Kenneth. After the never-ending circus that has been the Epstein files, especially the most recent shenanigans here, it should be painfully obvious that the government is more than willing to bend over backwards to protect sex offenders and the most evil, heinous people on the planet imaginable. So it's not a far-fetched idea to think that maybe Nicki Minaj is making a play like that to try and get that special treatment for her husband. But yeah, anyway, I mean, I just found it to be a really interesting fit here. This is one of those situations, the call's coming from inside the house. This shit feels a little odd because she herself is fundamentally the exact opposite of everything AMFest was presenting.
Seriously. Like you want to talk about somebody that they would use as a poster of what is wrong, was what they think is wrong with black culture. It's Nicki Minaj, and they were literally Charlie Kirk was literally using that in that clip, in that short we watched. He was literally using her as an example, her and Cardi B, and now she's up on the AMFest stage. That's hilarious. Like that's comical. Like that's downright fucking hilarious. That's some satire type of shit. Like for real. Like that's some unreal, like almost onion level of like, what the fuck is this?
Based on all the other clips I've seen, she is an illegal immigrant, she's not a US citizen, and her husband is a sex offender.
Yeah.
I don't know, sports fans, maybe I'm on the crack pipe, but that doesn't exactly sound like the ingredients, the recipe to a perfect fit for the conference she was attending here. But, what do I know at the end of the day? I just wanted to yap about it. That's about it. So, yeah.
All right. Thank you, Charlie. Make sure y'all go watch that video. Go support that video. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next video reaction. We get to chill, react to this stuff, and we go and yap about it. See you guys. Peace.